Hey, Baylor fans, this is your call to gear up with Harley Davidson of Waco. Whether you're hitting the open road or tailgating at McLean Stadium, we've got the ride to match your Bear pride. Check out our wide selection of new and pre-owned motorcycles, visit our service department, or shop all the latest gear and accessories to show off your Baylor spirit and Harley pride. Visit us today and find your freedom on two wheels. Harley Davidson of Waco, where Baylor fans never ride alone. Visit in-store or at hdwaco.com. Sic Em Bears.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to this week's Sic Em Podcast, powered by Harley Davidson of Waco. Glad you're with us. We love Harley Davidson. You see some new accoutrements in our set here, thanks to Matthew Johnson and Harley Davidson of Waco. Speaking of Harley, let's welcome in our guest for this podcast today. It is Harley Kreck from Baylor Volleyball. It's all Harley, all day, okay?
Love it.
Glad you are here.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Little bit of a different name. Do you know the background, how your parents decided on Harley?
I do. So it's actually my grandpa's middle name.
Love
and
it.
So my mom wanted some sort of family tie. So
Yeah.
there's actually no tie with motorcycles. Unfortunately, that would be an even cooler story in my opinion.
Well,
but
now there is a tie with motorcycles
There we
because
go.
you're on the Sic Em Podcast.
love it. Thank you guys, making dreams come true.
I only wish we had a bike sitting right here for you.
that would be neat.
How about
That
that?
would be
Harley on a Harley would be really cool.
Next up.
Glad
Next
you're
up
here.
is coming.
Sophomore at Baylor, redshirt sophomore, as we record this season is about to begin. Let's go back to your journey to Baylor. You've got some Baylor ties in your family we'll talk about, but what was it like being recruited by and ending up at Baylor?
Absolutely. So I grew up going to Baylor camps basically out the womb. So 12 years old, I was coming. My uncle Jason, who we'll bring up in a second, was a assistant here for several years. So grew up coming to all the games. My mom, aunt, uncle. So it was just in my blood. And so whenever recruiting came around and I got my first email from Baylor, it was very exciting. And the whole family kind of gathered around the table, and they didn't want to push anything,
right.
but Baylor has its own way of pushing itself into people. So that's kind of what happened. The community was amazing. I had only ever heard amazing things from my family and from going to all the games all these years. So recruiting went pretty smoothly with that. And it was always kind of going to be the answer. It was just
Gotcha.
always going to be Baylor.
Gotcha. I was going to ask, did you look at other schools? Did you visit any other schools? Or was it just straight Baylor all the way?
So, well, to be completely honest, I
like
did
that.
email other schools,
Okay.
but growing up with all of the Baylor ties, I kind of wanted to do something different. And so we would come to games, and this pains me to say now, but we would play UT and I would be like, yeah. Looking back, it makes me sick. I would never. I've changed for the better.
Right.
But
You've matured.
I have. Exactly. So there was a little phase there, but once I actually got to know Baylor for what it truly is and the people, there was no changing my mind. But
gotcha.
I did talk to other schools a little bit there. Yeah.
You know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just smart. It's just doing your due diligence, to make
There you
sure that Baylor's right for you. I had 3 kids, and everybody assumed they would all come to Baylor, but and they did. But, they looked around a little bit, which was fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, glad you ended up a Baylor Bear.
I am too.
All right, let's talk about the family connections,
Okay.
which are so great. So Harley Kreck, you think about that, Kreck, I'm sorry, and you think, all right, I don't remember any Krecks in Baylor history, but if I say your mom's maiden name, Sievertson,
Correct.
then folks are automatically going to say, okay, there's the connection, right?
Right.
So your mom played here, Sarah
did.
Sievertson.
Yes.
Correct. And your aunt was Corey Sievertson.
Yes.
Now, Williams, one of Baylor Volleyball's all-time greats.
Oh, she's in the record books. For
She's on the Mount Rushmore of Baylor Volleyball.
She is. She is.
If there is a Mount Rushmore.
We could make one.
Yeah.
I like
She would be the first one on there, I think.
She probably-
Yeah. She, Corey,
Very
yeah.
possibly.
Yaciana Presley.
Yes.
Katie Stager-Smith. Those folks, yeah.
Absolutely.
But I say that to say Corey would be on there.
One of the OGs, yes.
Yeah. And so that was the connection. And growing up, what did your mom tell you about her time playing at Baylor?
I mean, she loved it. I was just telling him she came in 4 years, or her and my Aunt Corey are 4 years apart, so they just missed each other. So always wish they would have been able to play together. But she came in under Coach Sonicson, and I've even gotten the chance. He lives up in Iowa now, and she's even taken the family up to see him up in Iowa. So just the Baylor ties, and the family is super close knit. So we've even kept in contact with him some. So that was super sweet. And just sings his praises. And she, I mean, loved her experience here, and that's why she didn't push me. She wanted me to make my own decision, but was always in the background, like,
yeah,
because of her good experience here.
Good.
So.
That's very good.
Yes, absolutely.
And then Corey, I'm sure when you all get together, you hear those stories about her playing time here also.
Yes, and both of them also hit and set. I think Corey mostly set, but my mom got to hit and set, which nowadays is super rare. So just hearing them talk around the table about just how the game has changed and everything too, and just the IQ, the volleyball IQ at the Sievertson get-togethers is I'm just being a fly on the wall. I learned so much.
You're right.
So that's always been cool to see just how the game has changed.
Yeah. What are those conversations like?
I mean, shoot. Aunt Corey is kind of her, Callie, and Jason are all like some of the smartest volleyball players I know. And so they'll be talking to me about when I should be dumping, or even the little Uncle Jason has taught me a little trick one time on a tight pass. You go up like you're going to set it and you fake them out, pull the net. So they call a net violation on the other team. So he has some under the rug little tricks that I've definitely learned and wouldn't have learned anywhere else. Yeah. So definitely some interesting ones.
There you go. Okay, that's another connection. Jason Williams is your uncle, Corey's husband, and Jason was an assistant here, longtime assistant with Ryan McGuire.
Yes.
Now the head coach at TCU.
Exactly.
Which adds another element to those Thanksgiving luncheons. Right? And then Callie, you mentioned Callie Williams played here, Corey and Jason's daughter, Callie.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Your cousin.
Exactly.
All right. Any other connections, family connections we need to know about?
Gosh.
Krista. We can bring up Krista.
Yes.
Aunt Krista.
She coached here for a year or two. That's another sister. I told you it runs deep.
So many connections.
It runs deep.
I don't know how you even considered another school.
I know. I know. That's what I'm saying.
How they even let you consider another school.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
All right. Well, good. You ended up in the right place. You're in the right place. And I love the program. The way Coach McGuire runs the program is just terrific. Has it been everything you hoped it would be so far?
And more. And more. Just he always says that the Lord is our head recruiting coordinator. And so it's been so awesome to see just each year the team being similar or different every time. It's just people with character who come in, and I think it's safe to say everyone who comes and plays for Baylor Volleyball leaves a better person and with some sort of relationship to Christ, which is the number one thing I could have ever asked for in a program, and especially for like my dad sending his daughter off to school. That was always his first priority, and Coach Mack has definitely brought that, and that is just the face of our program, which we embody, and I hope that I hope it gets to transform everybody like it has gotten the chance to transform me.
Yeah, that is just such a hallmark of Coach McGuire and the way he runs the program and the way he invests in your lives and invests in eternity, in your relationship with Jesus Christ.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that. And again, that's really the center of how he runs the program. Very good. We should mention your dad. I mean, we're talking about all the women in your family. We should mention your dad also.
He's an important character too.
Did he go to Baylor?
He did not.
Okay.
He went to North Texas.
Okay. So is there a story there? How did he and your mom, Sarah?
Yes. So they knew each other in high school. They were kind of just in the same friend group. And then through mutual best friends, my dad ended up coming down to a Baylor game with one of his buddies.
Okay.
And to watch Sarah Sievertson that they knew from high school. And next thing you know, their groups just started hanging out together, and one thing led to another, and here we are. So just started with coming to Baylor volleyball games and and hanging out with the group, really.
Shout out Neil. We didn't want to leave Neil out of the conversation. Very good. What's the sense? I said this at the beginning. You're right on the start of a new season. A lot of new faces on the team this year.
Yes.
Give us a preview how everybody's coming together.
Absolutely. I think it's been great. Our team chemistry from day one, even coming from Coach Mack and from other outside sources in, I think we did a really good job preparing this summer, which makes me super excited. We've been able to just see a lot of gelling within the past few weeks. Mm-hmm. So after some scrimmages, a lot to be uncovered, a lot to work on, but also we're starting, I think, at a pretty high level, which is exciting. So we have 2 international girls, so that's been a fun little language barrier that's been really fun, honestly, to work through, and lots of laughter with that. And then same thing with the freshman. Morgan Madison, our libero freshman, just started against A&M and absolutely killed it.
Nice.
Was so proud of her.
Wow.
Lots of outside people in just saying she doesn't look like a freshman. So we have a lot of really good new additions that I'm super excited to see, like how far we're able to take it.
That's great.
Yeah.
What was the summer like with so many new faces?
Yeah, it was definitely, we had some people coming in at the very beginning, and then with just visas and overseas, some girls didn't show up until later. So it comes with a little bit of growing pains sometimes. You have to learn the hard way in order to grow. And I think that we did that in the summer. And I think leadership roles were really just able to be stepped into there. So we saw what didn't work in the summer so that we could learn the hard way and make the change and the switch before fall. And so I think that just bled into our work ethic, and we were hungry because we saw that we weren't meeting the mark in the summer, and that made us hungry to end the summer strong going into preseason. And now our whole team is in there like early before every practice. Like I said, just the work ethic of this team is super special and one that I haven't seen yet. So that really just puts a fire in my stomach.
Oh, that's terrific.
Yeah.
So you're a grizzled redshirt sophomore, you know. You've been here, one of the older folks on the team. But you've got good perspective on when you compare the work ethic and things like that to years past. Nothing against teams in years past.
Right.
But really good work ethic is a great foundation.
Absolutely. Makes me excited.
Good. Season begins on the 29th, same night as Baylor football opens. Unfortunately, y'all will be out of town playing at a tournament where in Baton Rouge?
Yes, correct. Yeah. LSU.
So 3 games there on the season opening weekend.
Correct.
All right.
Yes.
Good luck there. South Alabama, SMU, coached by Sam Erger.
Yes.
And LSU.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah,
very
we're
good.
ready to get it.
Okay. So back to the family connection and Jason Williams.
Yes.
What's that like when Baylor and TCU play these days?
So Baylor and TCU is the last in-conference game on the schedule, which also happens to be the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Oh, perfect.
So this will be a really specific, interesting year. There's always a few under the rug, just like little comments of, oh, we win every time, or oh, we win every time. So this year it'll be nice and fresh. And the whole family always goes, I think it'll be in Fort Worth. So the whole family will turn out at Fort Worth. And then we'll also get to see them the next day. For sure, going home with the dub will be
there you go.
Nice and sweet that day. So I might just have to nudge him on the shoulder as we're getting our plates going through the line.
Baylor's got to win that match.
Oh, I know. And then everybody has the shirts that are like half and half TCU, half
really?
Baylor. And you're like, who loves me more? Who's wearing the correct Baylor volleyball shirt and who's wearing purple? So it's always nice to peek in the stands.
Very cool. We love Jason. And even in purple, we love Jason. So that's good. Baylor needs to win that match.
Yes, I agree.
All right. So tell me about Gnarly Harley and the Bears. Tell us about that.
Okay. So Coach Mack loves to do bedtime stories, is what he calls it. And so there has been a million different themes throughout my 3 years here, but for some reason this year he decided to do Gnarly Harley and the Bears. And so this whole bedtime story, he always calls me Gnarly Harley, and then he ended up adding it into the bedtime story, which totally caught me off guard.
Right.
I had no idea what to expect, and so all the pieces started coming together. But he had basically the moral of the story is there's two different paths: the path of adversity, which is hard, but you grow from it, or the path that's easy and you never face any obstacles in life, but it circles right back around to where you were, and so there's no growth. And so kind of just through this story, I take the path of adversity, and along that path, meet different obstacles along the way, meet my teammates. We conquer adversity and then end up winning the tournament. Oops, sorry. So anyways, it was a very interesting story. Lots of laughter, lots of good life takeaways, volleyball takeaways. It's always some of my just most enjoyable bonding time with the team and with Coach Mack. So
love it. That's pretty good. Now, is this a printed book, the bedtime story, or is it him just telling the story, or? He
has a slideshow, and so he has, yes, it's pretty legit. I need to ask for a handout, though. I would love to have a copy hard book of this specific story, because it was funny. But he just goes through about, oh gosh, I don't even know how many slideshows, and it had 10 chapters, so we did 2 to 3 chapters for 4 nights or whatever the math was on that. So that's kind of how it worked.
That's a long book. 10 chapters, yeah.
Took him. I know he started working on it at least in the spring, because he was asking one of my best friends on the team, Bree, just for some insight about me, for little nudges he could stick in there. So I know he's been working on it for several months.
That's great. Yeah, I'd love to see some of those. The drawings, the slides that go with that.
Yes, you would.
Very good. Very good. And Gnarly Harley, is that kind of common among your teammates also, or just Coach Mack?
It's just a Coach Mack thing. I have a ton of nicknames, so I don't care what people call me, but that one has just stuck to Coach Mack.
That one sticks, yeah.
Yes.
All right, what are some of the others?
Oh, goodness. We have Big H. We have Har. We have Harls. We have just Kreck. We have Big Girl. The volleyball, we like to give it back to each other.
Right.
Oh, goodness. Let's see. H-Dog, H-Money.
Okay, good stuff.
And I know I'm missing some, too.
Okay,
There's
good.
A lot.
So when I get to do some of the television broadcast of volleyball, if I drop one of those out there, you'd be okay with that?
Oh, I'd be totally fine with that. Add a little wrinkle in there.
Yeah, well, make sure it's one that's suitable for air.
Well, that's appropriate.
Yeah. Gnarly Harley, I do like that. And then we could go into the story about that. Okay, so that's Gnarly Harley. Tell me the association with Rafiki. Is it Rafiki or Rafiki?
Rafiki from The Lion King.
That's it. Yes. Tell us that story.
So my 12th year of club, I was 12 years old, and we had team themes every year at that age when we were younger. And so for some reason, this 12-year-old team decided to do The Lion King. And so we all got a character from The Lion King that we kind of just embodied for that season, or just as the nickname. And mine was Rafiki, which was the crazy baboon guy.
Yes.
And my papa, he would come to my club tournaments and decided to fully embody that.
Oh.
And let me just tell you, he embodied that from when I was 12 to this day, through college and through high school, all of my games. There would be Rains High School, which is where I went to high school, versus whoever it was, and he would be in the stands. And anytime I got a kill or made a good play or whatever it may have been, he would scream at the top of his lungs, Rafiki. And everyone was like, what is he saying? What is going on? And he would start a whole battle with the opposing student section.
You're right.
And so they would give it right back. And then, so the energy in the gym was intense. And then I'd go back to serve, and I'm just laughing because I can just hear Papa up there in the stands. And he's even brought that to the Baylor volleyball games.
Right.
So my teammates have gotten to experience that too.
You know, where I thought you were going was he like dressed up like Rafiki or something.
Don't give him any ideas.
Consider that. No. Now that would get noticed. And doesn't he have like a cane, walking cane?
Probably sometimes. Yes, Rafiki in the movie he does, but... Right. Oh gosh, Papa, he would probably totally bring that out too, but I promise you he brings enough attention with the screams, so I don't think that's needed.
That's great. Rafiki lives even today.
Yes.
Very good. All right, what sense do you get from this team? What are some of your personal goals and team goals for this season?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say personal and team goal is always national championship. That's always the goal, and those are won in December. But what we do today in preseason is all in order to get to that point and to that opportunity in December. So that's for sure personal and team goal. Definitely trying to pour the best into each other. We have so many moving parts. We have a lot of firepower this year. And so we were even talking with Coach Mack. There could be lots of changes. It could stay steady. We don't really know what's to come with that. And so just resilience and relentless. Relentless is one of our big words for the year. And so just in everything that we do, just fully pouring into each other, pouring into the skills. And I think with the mixture of that and with our team chemistry, I think that we compete really well with each other and also bring the best out of each other. And so that just makes me excited for that just selfless attitude, because that can be very powerful by the time we get to December.
Yeah, terrific. Yeah. All right, among the newcomers, we'll limit it to the newcomers. Give us one name that people maybe don't know, Baylor fans don't know right now, but once the season gets going and we see y'all playing, that they're definitely going to know.
Morgan Madison, for sure. I kind of mentioned her earlier. She's a libero from Houston, and she played for Houston Skyline, and she's already on some top charts for like top freshmen coming into college volleyball.
Wow.
And she just, against our scrimmage against A&M, she does not look like a freshman. And that is something, my mom told me that is something that just keeps coming up in conversation. Is she just does not look like a freshman. She just looks like she's been here for years, looks totally comfortable in her own skin out there, and I think she's just destined for greatness. I cannot wait to see her in another 4 years, just seeing the level that she's already at right now. So I think y'all will be hearing a lot of Morgan Madison the next few months.
Very good. Well, thanks for visiting with us. Thanks for sharing. Nice to go up and down your family tree. That's fun. A lot of Baylor there. And I hope you have a great and healthy season this year.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for being here. It's Harley Kreck with Baylor Volleyball. It's all Harley all day on the Sic Em Podcast, presented by Harley Davidson of Waco.